Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Builds, and today we're dealing with the 1957 Hot Wheels Nash Metropolitan Custom. Now this has 1,356 horsepower, 1,021 pounds-feet of torque from a 7.5 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine. The car itself now only weighs 2,213 pounds, has off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can down to 0 to 60 in 1.882 seconds. 0 to 103.988 seconds, and going to a top speed of 246 miles an hour. Now, spot the big problem with this car. I'll give you a second. Yep, it's got absolutely microbial-sized tyres. They are not the thickest of tyres ever, by any means. And when you're dealing with off-road conditions, yeah, 1,006 horsepower more than what it had originally, then I feel like we're going to be in big trouble with this, because yeah, we could not upgrade the width on the tyres on this at all. Yes, they are now off-road, and yes, the car isn't particularly heavy or anything like that, but it's dealing with a hell of a lot more power and yeah, a lack of grip in terms of the conditions it's going to be on. And if you saw my review of this, you'll have seen that this car is hardly the most, easy to drive the vehicles. It slides around a fair old bit, and yeah, it does love to lose grip on occasion. Obviously we do have all-wheel drive now as well as the off-road tyres, but yeah, I feel like they're so thin that it's not really going to make much difference, but hopefully it will still do well. It is the first of the Hot Wheels car pack to go on this course. So unfortunately we can't take all of them out on here, because some have certain upgrades that can and cannot be put on their cars, and obviously we need at least 2 of the 3 things that we have on this car now to qualify for this series, just to make it more competitive and a bit fairer. But we have had a Hot Wheels car on this series before, the Rip Rod, which did reasonably well. It's not the fastest car that we've ever had, but it came in under 2 minutes and 4 seconds, so not the slowest either. Yeah, that was a far more off-road orientated vehicle. Had the suspension travel, had the tyres, and was also reasonably powerful, whereas this is far more powerful but has none of the suspension travel, none of the tyres to deal with this kind of thing, and yeah, certainly got one of the worst handling stats on this series at 6.2. which is not all that much for a near 1,400 horsepower car, but we seem to have done decently well, but yeah, nowhere near as good as the Rip Rod, with a time of 2 minutes 7 seconds .387, whereas the Rip Rod managed a time of 2 minutes 3 seconds .784, so yeah, that's nearly 4 seconds ahead of this. And it's easily one of the slowest cars that we've had on this series for a long while, to be honest. It's way out of the top 100. Managing to come ahead of the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, the AMG Transport Dynamics Warthog, the Volvo 242 Turbo Evolution, Vauxhall Insignia VXR, Austin FX4 Taxi, Ford Racing Puma, Toyota 2000 GT, and other off-road vehicles like the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Liberty Design, the Bar Fiat 131, and the Exomotive Exoset, I think. Yeah, the Exomotive Exoset Off-Road. I realise it literally has off-road in the name, and it's but it's also slightly behind the likes of the GMC Vandura, despite that being driven at night. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo, Volkswagen Touareg R50, Renault 5 Turbo, Ford Escort RS 1800 Mark II, that's the Rally version, the Ram 2,500 Power Wagon, and the Lancia Fulvia Coupe. So yeah, not particularly impressive, but it could have been a whole lot worse given those extremely thin tyres, which were not providing any real grip whatsoever, even with the all-wheel drive combined with them. So yeah, if it had thicker tyres, this would have been far faster, but obviously it has to have those thin tyres to have the wheels outside of the bodywork to start with, and any thicker they'll be rubbing against the bodywork and whatever else. So yeah, I can see why you can't make them thicker, but that's at the end of the day why this is as slow as it is. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.